I think that through my work as a teacher, I make change. I cause change. I have to believe that. You know, there's no other, for me, there's no other way of considering what happens in the classroom other than a transformation. I think that moving from awareness to action is not a linear process. I think becoming aware is an action in and of itself, right? Because you're questioning, you're dialoguing, you're engaging, you're looking at media in ways that you never did before, with new context, new background, new history, right? And a better understanding of the issues that are being presented. And so there's activity involved in that. There's action there. And so then what do you do with that, right? Do you take it and share it with other people? That's one way. Do you form some sort of interest group, some sort of action group, something that is promoting a certain issue? I think that's important. But I think media literacy, as we think of it, is a circular process. It's talking about the issues, it's presenting those problems, it's thinking about what does that awareness do for us? How can we then change that awareness into a deeper sort of analysis? How does that turn into action? What kind of efforts can we make? Whether or not it's just talking with other people about it, whether or not it's, if we're going to be journalists, or we're going to be producers, or we're going to be marketers or communication experts, how can we incorporate ideas of media literacy, empowerment, and engagement into our work? So some people especially have so many options for them in terms of organizing. We see that all over the world, right? We see that in Turkey, and we see that in the Middle East, and we see that in Latin America, anywhere that young people who are frustrated with their environment are looking to the media saying, the stories that are important to us are not there. We'll tell them ourselves. I'm biased because I'm a filmmaker, and that's my passion. And so I see the power of video and the power of images combined with sound that move, right? I mean, for whatever reason, humans were moved by that, right? On a pretty deep level, I think, and I can think of documentaries in my life that have changed me more than anything I've ever read. Truth. I think videos need to be true. And I don't mean that in terms of you can have something that is a narrative, that is fiction, but it has to speak to some fundamental truths, right? There has to be something there that resonates with people on a fundamental level, and that's what I think video is able to do. That there's kind of a universal language telling stories with images. That being said, I mean, in-depth reporting, long-form narrative, all of these things are powerful ways of getting across a message. What I expect from the students that come here is a shift in how they see the world. I do. And that sounds very deep, but I think it's important. If we're not doing that, then we're not really doing our jobs here, right? I think about other study abroad programs that other universities do, or that I've been in, where it's, you know, you go with a bunch of students from your school all together to another place, and then you do something all together in that place, and then you come home, right? And we don't do that here. We immerse you in, and we force you to engage in situations that might be uncomfortable, that you may not have had to deal with before, with cultures and languages and people who are very different from you. And I think if you can have that change in perspective within the framework of thinking about media literacy, then that's a shift. I think students who come here, they leave here feeling inspired. I think they leave here feeling optimistic about their power and their voice and what they can do.